um, put lacquer on these hammers. And first thing I'm going to do is take the fall board off and get ready to pull the action out. So I'm going to play just a little bit so you can kind of hear the richness of the tone. Right now, it's got really good rich tone, but it doesn't have bright tone. And there's a second piano I'll play to show the difference. Just really beautiful. I mean, you don't even have to put the soft pedal on to play some Beethoven. Can't remember. Anyways, I would play some great secular songs, but I'll get copyright law infringement because of that. So I can play a few I wrote. I mean, it's just got beautiful tone. It's a beautiful dark piano to do beautiful dark classical music, but they want it to be bright. They want that last little bit of sparkle on it. So I'm going to show you other piano. This one's got much more bright and brilliance. I changed it about 2019, 2018. They never used this piano because they didn't like it. And so I refiled the hammers and I put lacquer on them, and it's got a lot of bite now. It's out of tune pretty good. One of those notes is not as bright as the others, but I don't work here anymore, so I really can't do a whole lot with this one. They paid me to work on that one, so that's the one I'm going to work on. And I'm going to show you how I do this hammer brightening situation. Figured I'd share that with you. So what I've done over several months, because I just want this thing to be perfect. I don't want it to be just good. Does that sound good? Absolutely. Can the listeners enjoy it? 100%. Does it dance with you? The audience won't know if the piano dances with you. The player will. And if a player has to fight a piano to make it perform, they're not going to perform at their best. This piano should glide and dance with you like a dancing partner. I've tuned for Emil Pandolfi for about a decade, and I call his 9 foot the woman in the black dress because when you sit down and tune that piano, and then when you get done and you play on it, that piano just glides. It's amazing. And so that's what I want on this piano as well. I want it to be alive and living and move with the artist. So just like a trail horse knows exactly where to go and you can just relax, that's what I want this piano to be like. So I started with a 20-to-1 mixture and used that mostly in the whole piano. And then I did a mixture of 10-to-1 from about this low middle section all the way up. And then I did a 10-to-1 right through here several times. And once I got those first initial layers started, then I went back with some 10-to-1 once or twice and put it in the center and brought it up. And now I'm going to put that last bit of sparkle on the entire piano. And the plan is to go through the bass section once and the whole action once, and then come back and do the middle section and the top section twice, and then to do this top section 3 times so that it's layered on and the sparkle is all there where it should be, because it shouldn't be too far from in the top. And what I'm going to do, I'll turn the camera in just a second. I want to be a little bit away from the piano because the lacquer can damage the finish. So I'll kind of put you down at the eye level just to spot a little bit. Get it down just a little bit lower. The level of the, keep your hand, the level of your eye. That was Phantom of the Opera. Okay, so I'm just going to start and put a little bit of this sparkle right on top, right where I can see the strings have been hitting. Right through there. This will leak out, so you got to be a little bit intentional where you put it. Oh, there's my first pass. Make sure I got right on the right spot on those. Yep. Now this will be the second pass right through here through the whole thing. All right. Third pass. Okay. That's it. Now the act has to sit for about 24 hours. So I'm going to come back about 6 a.m. I'm going to go take the action and put it in another room. No one can play on it because it needs to harden all the way through. So I hope you enjoyed this little session and learned a little bit about how to make a piano be brighter. It's finesse work. If you don't know what you're doing, you can make it way, way, way too bright. You should use a lot of patience. I started with a 20-to-1 ratio, which is 1 part lacquer, 20 parts lacquer thinner, and then went to a 10-part lacquer thinner to 1 part lacquer. And this last one is 8 parts lacquer thinner to lacquer. So there's more there's less lacquer thinner, more lacquer. And so this will put that bright sparkle. It won't, I don't want it to be as bright as this piano, but this is a brand new action. The strings are the same, but they're really new, so that's okay. But I want this piano to be just beautiful and amazing. And even though it was with the when you played it, it just had a great, rich, darker tone to it. Um, it needs that sparkle on top, and it needs it in a way to where if you back off with your pressure, you still have the dark, rich tone. But if you push in and you play hard, it will bite. Now, this one bites whether you want it to or not. It's almost impossible to back off. But I want this one to be just a bit different so when guest artists come in and play, they have some options. You know, they got Mr. Bright, and then they got the one that can really perform if you need your spectrum to be really wide from a dark piano to a bright piano. So just good old lacquer. I had 6 ounces of the 10-to-1, so I put in 10 mils, and that took it to 8-to-1. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make it really work. I didn't have a lot of lacquer thinner left over, so I had to do math. Good thing I flunked math a bunch, but I got ChatGPT. All right, guys, you guys have a good day.